Welcome into Black and Gold Insider. This is the show where we get to know the members of the Black and Gold a little bit better. And today we are joined by LAFC defender Nkosi Tafari, a gentleman that if they had a season-ending award with most interesting dude in the league, he would have my vote. How's that for an intro, Nkosi?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
I go for it.
Name pronunciation, perfect. Introduction, perfect.
How would you say your name? Just Nkosi Tafari.
Yeah, Nkosi Tafari. Yeah, it's perfect.
As a broadcaster, that is very valuable to hear. To hear that we're saying your names right. If I got your names right, I would be devastated. If I got it wrong, I'd be devastated.
Thank you.
Okay, good. It's important. It's your name. Nkosi, we've had conversations, but for our listening public here, tell us a little bit about where you are from.
Yeah, so I'm from New York, raised in between Manhattan and Long Island, and just spent a lot of my time out there. First, probably 18 years of my life before going to college, but that's definitely where I feel home is for me. I feel very, I don't know if New Yorkian is a word, but that's where home is. That's where the blood is from.
I know New Yorican would describe someone from New York who's from Puerto Rico, but New Yorkian. I don't know if that's a word, but maybe we can just stamp it officially.
Yeah, we could make it a thing.
You like the big city. That's fair to say.
Yes.
So Los Angeles has been a nice adaptation.
Of course. Yeah. LA is it's a nice city. It's different from New York, of course, and it's a lot more spacious. A little bit more greenery. There's more parks to go to. No disrespect to the LA people. I think just I have a bias towards New York, but I can put LA.
Of course, it's your hometown.
Yeah, LA is the second best city in America. I'll happily say that. Happily.
From your perspective to say that is very complimentary, so we will take it. What kept you New York? You mentioned it. A lot more space in LA. New York, you got a lot of concrete. Less space for parks, less place to play. But we hear all these great stories of New Yorkers coming out and becoming great athletes. So, what kept you busy growing up? What sports? What did you do?
I think that it was due heavily to my father and my stepfather. They were always pretty sport oriented themselves. My dad was playing basketball probably up until I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago, almost daily when he could. And he's about 60 or so now. So he was always playing. And then my brother would play with him. I'd play occasionally, but then they'd normally catch me on the side of the court, like juggling the basketball with my feet. And they'd just be like, yeah, he just likes soccer more. Or even with like my stepdad, there was certain things like I was playing lacrosse at a point in time. It's pretty popular on Long Island. He played, would run track and field. I always just like moving my body, competing. I like team things where it's, your group versus their group. I always enjoyed that. But yeah, just always stayed active was a really big thing.
Your dad probably got some good old man game now. Do you think you could, even though you love soccer, you could post him up, get a few buckets?
Yeah, I could. I mean, hopefully he sees this. I could take it, but only just off of athleticism. I'm just much quicker. He'd put up a good fight though. Like he'd be physical and he'd have some good, the fundamentals. But I think just on young buck energy, I'd edge him out.
We have a very good track record of parents watching this program. Timothy Tillman's mom loves it. She'll reach out from time to time and send us a DM about it. I think Ryan Raposo, when we had him, his dad said, hey, I saw you, so
nice.
Probably could. We'd like to keep it a family affair.
Lovely.
We're all a big family here in Nkosi. I hope you feel that.
I do. I definitely do feel that. It's been very welcoming. Even I was talking to a friend about it. I've only actually been here for 7 months as of now, and it feels like it's been significantly longer. So everyone's been very, very nice.
That's a very good sign, Nkosi. It feels. One day you're gonna go, I'm an Angelino, man. New York, there's mud in your eye. When did you decide soccer was it? And when we talk, I look at your journey. It's crazy how you went from here. And all due respect, but I would look at that and say maybe there was a moment you said, okay, maybe professional soccer player isn't going to happen, but you stuck to it and you were able to take the path less traveled. And here you are now starting center back in Major League Soccer.
Yeah. For me, I think soccer was kind of always the thing. I think looking back into early adolescence, I'll maybe hear from a couple of old friends or things, but they'll think about it and they'll say, like, yeah, we were always, all over the place or maybe doing different things, going to parties or switching things up. But it was always soccer. Like from the start, like you always wanted to do this thing. And like that was your dream since we were in like first grade, second grade. And yeah, it's crazy to see you doing it now. And I'm like, for sure, you imagine how crazy it is for me. Like it's really at times can just be very surreal. We get very engulfed in the moment, but to take a step back at moments and maybe I'm not at the highest possible level that I wish that I could be at still, I know where I come from and that it's been quite the challenge even to get to where I currently am. So I'm incredibly grateful for everything that's kind of been, I mean, I wouldn't even say given to me. I definitely earned it, but still reciprocated in my way of earnings because you don't always get what you work hard for.
Wow, that's a wonderful answer to that question, Nkosi. I appreciate you being so upfront with us. Any players that you enjoyed watching or idolized, or however you phrase it, but guys you said, or maybe you said that that's a good mentor, just from a distance that you enjoy watching play?
Yeah, when I was younger, there was a lot. There was a lot of guys that I really looked up to. One was Ronaldinho, like he was my favorite. Like he's many people's favorites. I mean, he played the game with just such joy. And I feel like that's what it should be. I do believe for sure, like winning is fun, but I believe, yeah, you can have fun on the field. And he was, yeah, I mean, I used to have dreadlocks when I cut them when I was 15, but before that, so my hair kind of looked similar enough to his long like curls, and I would wear like a band and I had all of his cleats and everything. I had his Brazil yellow and green jersey with like the collar, and I wore it till the numbers peeled off. Like it was one of my favorites, yeah. And then there was a few others as I got older that more so fit my physique and play style and certain things. I always loved Yaya Toure. He was a massive footballer, like in Barca and in the Premier League with Man City, so he was a great one to watch. But I'd say, yeah, those two are some of the ones I really enjoyed.
That's an awesome pairing. I hope we can get a photo of you at 15 with the jersey and the dreadlocks.
We can find one.
Let's work on that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to before your arrival for LAFC. You're a defender at FC Dallas. You were available. You could have picked a lot of places to go. What was desirable about this club?
I think there's a lot of actually really great things about this club. I think the fact that they are actively pursuing championships every year is massive for me. I mean, yeah, I love doing what I do, but I don't really do it for the causality of doing it. It's a results business. And even still, I might make friends along the way, but I'm not doing this for friends. If I made enemies and I could win trophies, I would take that over making friends and no trophies. That's just kind of what it has to be. And this is a great place to make trophies and actually maybe make a couple good friends too. I like all the lads. They treat me very well. But that's first and foremost. This is a great place to win. Locationally, for sure, there's a lot of teams in the league that maybe don't play in the best location. LAFC definitely knows where they are. It's like, yeah, we know what we do here. It's LA, which is fair. You sell the brand, and I have a lot of respect for that. But I do enjoy living here. But yeah, then the culture is great. Just it's a constant competition every single day, which is really important for me because you can still, if you have the right mindset and mentality, you can get better every day in training if you just apply it. In some places, I don't believe that's the case because maybe the sessions might not be set up the right way, however you look at them. But I believe here, just with the constant competition, everything's always up for grabs.
You're knocking out of the park with these answers here, Nkosi. And do you ever think about being a coach? Because I like that we're winning trophies. We're not here to make friends. We're here to win trophies.
Me personally, I haven't, but a lot of people around me have said that they think I might be.
Add me to the list. Add me to the list.
Yeah. Some people think that the way I look at the game and my just like heavy engulfment in the game. Because I'm always, it sounds maybe crazy enough. I'll go home and watch like a 2008, like a couple days ago I was watching it was a 2010-2011 AC Milan Inter Milan, just like regular season match. I found it on YouTube. It was a full match, so I just started watching it.
You're a sicko.
Yeah. So yeah. People call me crazy for doing that. But yeah.
You're not alone, by the way. If you ever look at the views of those things on, it's in the millions. So
Yeah,
people,
people are still commenting to this day, like there's a guy even crazier than me because someone went and found that game and uploaded it. And
right.
that guy's crazier than me.
And
I'm
I
just
tell people
underneath.
that's what sets soccer apart because people, maybe I'm wrong, people aren't doing that for baseball or basketball, football. They do it for, hey, I'm going back to see the 2007 Champions League quarterfinal, yada,
Yes.
yada, yada.
Yes, it's 100%. The only other thing I've maybe seen it for is the NBA. They have like classics, like
Sure.
classic matches of maybe the '98 or certain times, but it's not like it is for football. We have football, not football. It's different. The way we look at the game is just, I mean, in my humble opinion, better. Yeah, it's just better.
Smart guy, that Tafari guy. And it goes. You mentioned how like I'm here to win trophies, and you weren't logging a lot of minutes, but you'd see you in training. You're always a big part of it. Smile on your face, happy to be here. I know, obviously, wanting to play, and then a series of events happens, and you are turned to be the starter for LAFC defensively. What was that moment like? What was that interaction with the coaching staff, where pretty suddenly you are like, okay, we need you in a really big spot. This is the moment you're waiting for. In other words.
Yeah, it's interesting. Certainly, with how life can work out. I've been in similar scenarios before, actually, just to where I've been maybe a third or a fourth option, or just other guys we looked at more prior, and maybe certain personnel or coaches might just be a little bit unsure about my abilities. And being a center back, it's not you don't have the leisure of being an attacker where you can kind of throw someone on 20 minutes and that's fine. If one of their mistakes is maybe missing a goal, there's no problem. If one of my mistakes is missing a mark and then that guy scores, there's a big problem. There's a heavy difference amongst that. So, but I think the staff has been great. I mean, I show up every day still just genuinely trying to get better. And that means if I'm getting better, the guys in front of me, if they're still playing, they're getting better. And it just kind of creates a never-ending cycle. And the staff has been great with anything that I needed along the way. They've been helpful with, if that be video or just a few words here or there. But I'm definitely at a good spot in my career and in my life where I know it needs to be done. And yeah, I always kind of tell myself it's just a matter of time, whether I go in for 5 minutes or 5 games in a row or whatever the situation is. Kind of just control what you can control, and the cards fall how they do.
Great perspective, especially we know a lot of young players are tuning into these shows to just see how the professionals do it. And, it's not always, it's a bumpy ride, and you got to stick on it.
Yeah, for sure. It's not it's not what it's like when you were, 12. Getting the orange slices and Capri Suns at halftime, and everybody gets to play, and just don't worry. Oh well, my dad will talk to the coach, and now you'll play. It's like, it's a little different. It's a little different.
When's the last time you consumed a Capri Sun?
Ooh, within the last 1 to 2 years for sure. Pacific Cooler. Recently, definitely recently.
Recently, it's been a minute for me. Maybe I should try it. Nice frosty cold Capri Sun.
Yeah, Pacific Cooler. It's a great flavor. It's great.
Well, let's have a little fun. Let's go off the field, so to speak. Much has been made about your fashion, and I've heard from broadcasters when the walkout from BMO Stadium, and they want to see what Nkosi is wearing. So when you come out here, but let me ask you this: what is your style philosophy? What is it when you want to make an impression? How do you want to be looked upon? What is it?
So I try and most of what I wear, I try and be different. I don't like wearing something else that you would find someone else in. So it's just a matter of if this piece is kind of being worn a lot or this brand is being worn a lot, I'll stay very far away from it. And then outside of that, just kind of wearing what's comfortable on my body and for my body. Definitely dressing myself. I think a lot of mistakes that some people make is that they'll just find random items and then the clothes end up wearing them rather than wearing the clothes. You kind of have to. I'm certainly not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, but yeah, definitely.
I know what you mean.
Whatever.
I have it easy. I have a uniform. Easy peasy.
You put the badge on and you're good. You get the crest going, that's it. But yeah, just wearing what's comfortable to me, what I find to be natural. I've always really enjoyed fashion since a young age. So I've just kind of built on it, and it's definitely a way that I really enjoy expressing myself. And it gets me excited for whatever event I'm going to, whether that's a game or a gala or a dinner or a wedding, whatever it is. The outfit is a way to present yourself. So I've always looked forward to doing that.
Right on. It shows the work. Would you care to ask if we ask who the best dresser and maybe who's the one who needs a little bit more help? Who needs a Nkosi Tafari? What is it called? Makeover.
Oof. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Well, who's the best dresser then? Who's the guy who's got it?
I'd say we have a good top three. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely number one. Like that's like I'm definitely number one. No disrespect.
No argument here.
But we call it what it is. I like Timmy has a nice style, and I like David Martinez. He's got his own interesting. Oddly enough, he's only like maybe 19 or 20, but he's got like a 90s vibe to what he kind of wears. So I like his style.
Very cool. No Denny. I mean, he's the best smelling one without fact. He has this incredible.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm in the locker room. I smell Denny when he comes in from the parking lot. He's got the fragrances on point for sure.
That's part of fashion. It's part of fashion.
Of course.
Tremendous. I also want to bring up something that it hit me a little bit because I was at the Leon Bridges show at the Hollywood Bowl, kind of in the middle section, F2. Nice seats, not great. I was like, all right, pretty good seats, pretty good. Great show. Charlie Crockett opened.
Great.
Next day, I go on LAFC's Instagram, and there is Nkosi Tafari backstage with Leon Bridges presenting him an LAFC jersey.
This did happen, yes.
This did happen. So, what are we looking at? What is the philosophy of shows and concerts and getting out there and their musical tastes?
I try and. So I have a good musical background in my family. My mother and grandma are both musicians. I mean, neither one of them is Beyonce, but they both really have they care about their craft and have beautiful voices. And they've been singing for many of years. And my grandmother passed it down to my mom. But then even my mom, we were so engulfed in music. I remember I went to my first concert. It was like a Hall & Oates concert. I was like 8 years old.
They broke up.
Oh, that's a shame. My boy Daryl and John, that's a shame.
Your first show was Hall & Oates.
The Hall & Oates. And I was, my uncle was, he was like working on their media and their tech. So I was actually backstage playing like PlayStation with one of their sons and then just like swinging around. We had like front row seats and I didn't know anything about it. Now looking back on it, like that's crazy that we had because they're massively famous and relevant. But as a kid, I was just like, yeah. Whatever, like, oh, here she comes, like just doing my thing. But and then since then I've always just like music has been a massive thing for me. My mother recently shared. I don't know if she would like me sharing this, but it happens.
You might be listening.
Yeah, her water broke while she was in dance class with me. So I think this is why I'm so heavily intertwined with music and always dancing. It just has to be. Like I was in the womb dancing. And then she was dancing, and then I knew I had to come out and start dancing. I think that's just what it was.
I'm not going to insult you by saying who your favorite artist is because someone who's entwined with music doesn't have a favorite artist. What is a band that we got to listen to right now or something that you're listening to that's lifting you up on a regular basis?
There's this one girl out of the UK. Her name's Green Tea Pang. She's been going crazy right now. Like she's I love an artist or anything for me. I think character development is really massive. Like I love seeing where someone once was and then where they are now. And a lot of artists change, but I'm witnessing her grow. And it's like, oof, the music she used to make versus the music she makes now, it's very similar, but it's just way better. And I have a lot of artists similarly that I also really enjoy that do a similar thing. Another artist that I'd say is Sir, S-I-R. He's from California, from this area.
Wait a minute. He was at the bowl last Sunday, and I was there.
I was there. I didn't see you there, but I was there.
Well, because you were backstage, and I was.
I actually didn't get to meet him, which is devastating. He's probably one of my top 3 or 4 favorite artists. But shouts out to a good friend of mine, Danny. He still got me right. He still helped me out. But I would have loved to meet him. Would still love to. Maybe someone can get this to meet to Sir, and then Because yeah, I've been listening to him for a good couple of years now, and his music is sensational. Like his voice and his passion, you really feel it through the lyrics. It's incredible.
He's from Inglewood, so
Yeah.
if we can get an Nkosi jersey to Sir Moment,
This would be
I'm on it. Nkosi, I am
lovely,
on it.
lovely.
And the other one's Green Tea Pang.
Green Tea Pang, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she got the name. I think Pang it's a popular word over in the UK, and then she got like the name green tea just because I think she was like literally just drinking a green tea or something at the time. It's funny how people come up with their own names,
Yes.
but she's doing great business right now. I love it.
I could see you're enjoying your time in Los Angeles, hitting the bowl, which is what I recommend to everyone. And maybe it's not a coaching career for you. Maybe it's a music exec.
Potentially, or yeah, something in fashion, something. Who's to say? I don't know. Just follow the hobbies, turn them into passions, and then figure it out from there.
But in the meantime, it's football, and we enjoy Nkosi Tafari. We'll see you on the pitch, my friend. This has been a wonderful episode. Always quality time spent with you, Mike. Good stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It was a pleasure.
All right, Nkosi Tafari, letting us all know, and we'll know him a lot better now. Black and Gold Insider every week here on LAFC YouTube and all LAFC social media accounts. Until we see each other again, this is Max Bretos saying, let's go Black and Gold.